Life is rich and sweet. Rich and sweet and wonderful. We live free in a garden. There are many people in this world that are under severe oppression, that are born in generations of slavery. And the way that we handle our freedoms is very, very critical. One thing, when I saw the proofs that the Dead Sea Scrolls shows that the Hebrew Scriptures have never been changed, and that there are 200 to 300 individual predictive points in those ancient writings that point to one supernatural visitor. When I discovered that the Koine Greek New Testament is the most duplicated book in all human history, and all these things came together, and I saw that Jesus of Nazareth is the supernatural visitor to the human family across all ages. I was reading through the scriptures when I read Leviticus 15 the first time, and I thought to myself, if I had felt responsible to let my wife know any time that I had released my seed without her present, to get hugs and love, because it's our blood, our seed that flows from me. If I had treated my beautiful flow of children like a treasure that belongs to her, so that if it flows, I just let her know she's not there. There's a thing in the Hebrew tradition called Hashhat Zerah, which means an unnecessary flow of seed. It's really interesting when you study the scripture. A man releasing his seed is not a sin. It's not called a sin. He doesn't have to make a sin sacrifice. It's part of normal reproductive function. But then there's unnecessary release of seed. Regardless, it's not referred to as a sin. The woman is going to menstruate. The man is going to ejaculate. If I had mentioned to my wife any time that I had released my seed, just for hugs and care, to declare this is our, this is our blood. We're two parts with a different type of flow. I was convinced that I would still be married, because the hidden reality of the man body and the extra equipment. I like to say to the kids, look, a penis is meant to be shared. That's reality. It's an interesting thing. It's fun for people to play around with. That's where it comes from. It's part of God's joy. It's part of God's gift. It's a pleasant thing. I realized that if I had let my wife know about our flow, we would probably still be married, because I wouldn't have been living this secret thing that I had to carry on my own as a secret. It's just my secret. And I've met women who weren't even told about their flow, who discovered in secret that they have this flow when it's part of the family. And it's actually supposed to be a joy when a woman becomes reproductive. Whoa, baby body. And when a man first receives his flow, the bar mitzvah. Whoa, seed giver, baby body. If we cannot be cheerful and candid and kind and check in on these things, that's what it actually says in Leviticus 15. We're supposed to be checking in on the reality of our flow. And people say, oh, well, that's the New Testament and that's a law and you don't have to blah, 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 blah. Listen, Yeshua says not one bit of what's written in Leviticus is going to be pointless or useless until I come back. So there's all kinds of, I like doing a study called The Love in Leviticus, finding how God's loving heart has actually put all these things in place. It is a very peculiar and lovely thing to discover the love in Leviticus. It's not even a problem. It's a help for the family to be real about the reproductive. It's a sweet thing. Woohoo!